Hey, what's going on, guys? With Honda and Yamaha and everybody making brand new 1000cc bikes and all these people getting new bikes, it's inspired me. I want to get in on the action. I want a new bike, and so I did. I bought myself a 1000cc sport bike, guys, and I know I'm going to talk about it further in other videos of why I did it and other reasons, but I just got to show it to you guys because I'm so pumped. Ready? Whew, right there. A 2006 Honda RC51. This is my bike, guys. I bought this bike. I just bought it the other day, and look at it. We're going to talk about the bike a little bit. We're going to ride the bike, and we're going to listen to the bike, and it's going to be a good time. Thank you for tuning in. This is HeroRR on his brand new RC51. Well, brand new to me, at least. And I know it's raining. I don't care. It's raining. It's cold. It's wet. Don't matter to me. I had to ride this thing. I could not wait any longer. Yes, this is a legend right here. This is the SP2, the fast version of the bike. This was the very last model year they made it. Look at that, 2006, the last model year. It's pretty much my dream motorcycle. And I made a video a while back on the legendary RC51. It had like 100,000 views, and I talked about how great this bike was, and I said that. And I still have the 600, so don't worry, the 600 is still in my garage, but this is next to it now, and the VFR. It goes RC, CBR, VFR. If I was going to buy a 1000, it was going to be this. This was absolutely a bike. I mean, look at how sweet this is. This thing has gear-driven cams. This thing has a hydraulic clutch. It has side-mounted radiators. It's a 999cc V-twin, my very first liter bike that I've ever owned. Yes, it's been modded. Yes, there's some additions that I don't like as well. There's some things I got to do to it. Not too much, though. I'm going to try to keep it classic looking, not be too loud. For instance, these carbon fiber mirrors, well, carbon fiber, these are going away. I'm putting the stock mirrors back on because those are ugly. Also, these bar ends, I'm going to put on some standard black bar ends, and I'm going to upgrade these Chinese levers to ASV levers. These little foot pegs, I'm not a big fan of them. They're like, look, they're like purple or something. I don't know. I'm going to get the standard foot pegs, put them back on. I like the exhaust. This is the Sato Racing exhaust, and it sounds great. I like it. I'm going to keep it. The chrome wheels, I'm not crazy about chrome, so I'm kind of indifferent if I want to keep them or not. I'm going to be on the lookout for a nice set of black rims. These swing arm spools, I don't like these. These aren't Delrin plastic. I kind of want to get the longer Delrin plastic ones. It's easier to put the bike up on the stands, and I don't really like the way those look. These turn signals, they're like failing, and they're ugly, and they have a hyper flash. I need to put a relay to make the flash rate go down again. This windshield, I think it's a Hot Bodies racing windshield. I don't really like it, though. I'm going to find an OEM windshield and put it back on. Basically, I'm going to have OEM bars, bar ends, mirrors, windshield. I don't know what kind of turn signals I'm going to get yet, but something a little bit better. I want to find OEM wheels. I want this bike to kind of go back to OEM. I'll probably keep the fender eliminator, but I do have to add a license plate light. And here's another thing, too. This is the new taillight. I actually like that taillight, and I was looking online. That's kind of an expensive one, but I'm going to keep it. I like the way that looks. And for extras, and it does have a Power Commander 5 as well, and this is the Sato slip-on exhaust. But I might get it dyno tuned just to kind of get the most out of the bike, and I'll probably get a new air filter for it. He said it has the twin cone filters. I haven't looked at it yet, though. I definitely want to get a gear indicator because I like gear indicators on all my bikes, so it needs a gear indicator. It probably needs new clutch and brake fluid, probably a tune-up all around. I just cleaned the chain. The chain was so dirty. I'll have a picture up on the screen, but you can see now it's all nice and gold. Look at this, man. This is my RVT 1000R. It's only a single R, not a double R, but it's a friggin' 999cc V-twin RC51 goodness. Let's listen to the bike. And it does have a hot start. Let's see if it'll start without it. I was just riding it, so. Starts up. We'll blip a throttle. Let's ride the beast. The legend. Let's see what this thing's all about. I did ride it here, but I didn't go fast. I putted it the entire way. So this is going to basically be my first ride. My camera recording? Yeah. can't go too crazy. It is wet, it's cold, and there's leaves everywhere. This is a keeper. This is a bike that I'll probably never get rid of. I will never get rid of it. And we're at 4,000 RPM. This thing makes 70 foot-pound of torque, guys. 72 or something crazy like that. It only has like 130 horsepower, something like that, but that's okay. And it does have a worse power to weight ratio than my 600, but it's not about the... It actually has a higher top speed, I believe, so... Jeez. The brakes work great. Look at that tachometer, dude. It's all digital looking. Honda was such ahead of their time with this whole bike. Sounds so good. The rear brake basically doesn't work. That rear brake literally does not work. I don't know about that. Oh my god. Now, just because this is a 1000, that doesn't mean it's fast like a 1000. It doesn't have the torque. I mean, it does have the torque, it just doesn't have the horsepower numbers, because it is still a 2-cylinder. It's not a 4-cylinder. If it was a 4-cylinder 1000, it'd be a lot quicker. Again, 130 horsepower. It also weighs like 480 pounds. It's not a light bike by any means, but in the tires, I think the back tire kind of needs to be replaced because it's not super quick to turn in. Not that it would be, being a solid 100 pounds heavier than my 600. Alright, I'm going to try to describe what it feels like for you guys, because it's hard to, like, coming from a 600, or even an inline 4 in general, and a V4, all that. First of all, the clutch, it's pretty smooth. I mean, the bike, despite being a V-twin, it's pretty smooth. Your legs, they plant, you are hugging this gas tank, like you are totally wrapped around it, which I kind of like. It makes you feel more in with the bike, like you're part of the bike almost. Your hands are far forward, but honestly, it's not that uncomfortable. I don't know why. I mean, again, maybe it's because I've just started riding it, but it's not an uncomfortable position so far for a quick ride. It does vibrate a lot, but it doesn't bother me. Like, a couple vibrations never really did. You give it some gas and like, you know, with the 600, and I'm sure it's different with inline 4 1000s, but with the 600 you don't really have much right away. This has something. It feels so right. Like, it feels like I've always ridden it almost. It's different. I've never felt something quite like it, but it feels like it's something that I've always ridden. I don't know how that makes any sense, but it just has like a familiar feeling to it for some reason. Maybe because of the I have no clue. The rear brake does not work very well. I gotta fix that. This is an RC51, guys. The Ducati killer. And it's probably the coolest bike I've ever ridden. Actually, I take that back. It is the coolest bike I've ever ridden. It's even the coolest bike I've ever sat on. Like, going from a 300 to a 600, the difference is so insane. But even though this has a lot more torque than a 600, like almost double, it's still like, you know what fast feels like when you get on a 600. You know I said I was going to replace these levers, but I mean, if they weren't gold, I'd feel better about them. They're actually not bad, though. Jesus, that gets there quick. It's so much torquier than my 600, but I'm not ready to say it's faster, but it definitely has more torque. The shifting is so good. I can't really test the handling, but it's not bad so far. I mean, it's not... I gotta really take it on some twisties, but to really give my opinion on the handling. On the low ends, like when you're off idle, it's kind of choppy. Like, you can kind of feel it's, and I mean, it does have a tune on it, so it might be the tune, I'm not sure. He put the power commander on, and who knows if he like got it actually tuned or if he just kind of loaded up a map. And you know those maps, when you load them up, they're never quite right. This thing also needs a battery. He said this was the original battery, which I can't believe. Like, that means this thing is, and that's why I'm not going to turn it off again, because I was at the gas station getting gas and the bike like almost didn't turn over. I was a little worried about that. And when we got there, it was on a battery tank. Alright, sorry about that, my GoPro died, but let's go and see what she has. Let's give it a little juice. Oh my god, it spun. When it does 100 miles an hour, it just feels so planted. I think I hit 98 right there, close enough to 100, and it's like 60 miles per hour on my CBR. Like, it just feels so planted. It even feels more planted than the VFR, which the VFR is known for being a very planted bike. And yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. I know I sound kind of dull right now, but it's because I just don't know what to say. Like, I'm speechless. And it's like when I first rode my 600, the whole time I was just going, oh my god, wow, oh wow, wow. You know, like, I just sounded like an idiot. And that's basically what I'm thinking in my head right now. It's like, oh, you know, my head's kind of spinning out of control right now because I'm on this amazing bike. But yeah, and you see I spun that rear tire. I didn't even give it that much gas, and like the whole rear end just spun, and it was kind of zipping around back there. It just has so much power. It's great. You know what I love is the rev matching, the downshift rev matches. They sound so crisp and so clean. This video so far, like, I'm gonna have to cut so much of it out. I'm literally just like dead silent the whole time because I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with anything, man. I'm just kind of freaking out. This was Honda's attempt at making a Ducati. That's exactly what the RC51 was. I mean, that's what this thing is. It's Honda's Ducati. And it's a reliable Ducati. The clutch, the brakes, the throttle, it vibrates a little bit and it's a little choppy at the bottom end, but it's responsive. You give it any gas and it does what you ask it to do. There's no delay or anything like that. Like, I know in the world of electronic throttles, like, we've kind of gotten used to the bike's delaying when you give them gas. Not with this one, though. Not with this one at all. I'm gonna actually leave the bike running because I'm worried about the battery dying. But if this bike was 100% stock, maybe I like the exhaust. I'm actually happy they put that exhaust in. But if like all the other stuff was stock, like the pegs, the mirror, all that stuff, this bike would be so perfect. That's all it needs, though. It just needs the stock pieces back on. And It is. It looks so compact. And it's the last year too.
Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I know this video is a little bit longer than I usually like to make, but it was my very first ride on the RC51, so there was a lot to film. And anyway, thank you again so much for watching. I'm going to make further moto vlogs in the future, going into detail about why I bought the RC51, even though I told you guys I wasn't going to buy a 1000cc superbike. And just a little spoiler alert, the RC51 isn't much faster than my 600, it's just torqueier, and torqueier is actually a better street bike. But anyway, I'll go into further detail about that in another video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.